like days like this. The overcastedness isn't scorching my plants. Everything's all taking a break and stuff. So it kind of feels like I can too. Maybe work on some other stuff, you know. Oh wow, those noodle beans are massive. Don't worry, we'll get to the topic soon. Look at those noodle beans. They're like 2.5 feet long. That's so cool. I think some people call these yard-long beans. I'm so glad I put the strings in for them to grow. Okay, so it continues to be the case that every single time I open this hatch, the hen bolts. That's my food cooking. We'll step away from the door so it's not too loud. Did you see the turkey hawk go by? We call them turkey buzzards or turkey vultures, but it's technically a black hawk. They're really cool. They are scavengers, but they look pretty, not ugly. They do have feathers on their heads because they need to get through winter here. Yeah, so every single time I open this door, I have to chase my hen. And we learned in a couple videos ago that I can't trim her wings anymore. And I will do an updated how to trim quail wings video once we have babies, because I learned a lot. I don't know, we're taking a big risk here. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna put in a detachable hen guard that'll just come up and then curl in and around, so that I can open this and reach over it, and when she runs she'll catch, and it'll just be 1/2 inch. But yeah, she loves to make a dash for it, and I cannot keep. Henny Penny is really hard to keep. The rooster's great, but anytime I reach into this hutch, she is, pew, she's totally gonzo. And it's making it really difficult for me to be able to even give her any enrichment time or anything like that, because I risk losing her. Oh, you got poop on your foot. I risk losing her every time I move. You know, it's almost impossible to catch her. I would not be surprised if Henny Penny decides to try to be a wild bird, but you're not cut out for it, so I wish you'd stop trying. But there may come a day. The thing we're gonna look at later today is that we are literally 1 week from hatching day today, which is wild because we put them in like a week and a half ago, right? But that's how long 15 to 19 days. That's how long that is. So we're gonna have baby quail really soon, and this is the last weekend that I have to prep for that. Otherwise I'm gonna be squeezing it in the evenings after, you know, after an 8-hour work day and all that jazz, because I do also have a 9 to 5 still, of course. I mean, this is just a hobby to me just now. This is my side hustle, as it were. Hasn't been a very lucrative side hustle this year, but it is still my hobby. It doesn't have to be lucrative. I need to add more soil or something on top of where I put that groundhog. The neighbors have been very glad to know that I'm getting rid of them, but I really, really do need to invest in some of that skirt guard stuff. There is like an 8-gauge rebar pound into the ground type of stuff that comes in 2-foot lengths to put around, and Tractor Supply carries it. So that's definitely something I want to do. You know, it could be done any time that the ground is thawed, so it's not like I have to do it right now, but it sure would reduce the hassle of the groundhogs if I did it. But it's a whole project to install. I think I'd have to take the ramp off the front to get the whole front, but it would definitely work better than those bricks that they keep moving. It works better than, this is kitty litter they've kicked out of the way. It didn't work. And then I put bricks, and as you can see, they still, freaking groundhogs. These raspberries are good. I'm glad they're finally fruiting. It's great. Okay, so yeah, this time she went running all up into this. I mean, at least that's a better wild bird behavior, to run for the tall plants and hide, rather than, usually she tucks herself in goodness only knows where and I can't freaking find her, but you lose eye contact with her and she's gone. That's kind of how the hen is. And this time she ran out into the street, like through the gate here, and and then we met the neighbors who again asked if that was the cha-cha-cha noise they've been hearing, and yep indeed, but Roosty Roo's a lot quieter than his mates. We'll have a period of time where they're loud again for a couple weeks, and hopefully I'm better prepared for that this time, but I'm not convinced that I am. We may just have to cull a bunch of roosters like young, cause in reality you really need a pretty big enclosure to handle adult roosters. Some sort of bird netting archway or something, you know. Up over here. If I could fully enclose this, but my goal is to turn this into a quail orchard here with bird netting up over the top, like. So I guess we'll see how that goes and keep working on everything. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe. 1 week and we'll have baby quail if I succeeded. So now's a good time to be following along, hitting bells if you want to see them as soon as they're popping out of their eggs.